Making awesome villains is some of the best fun you can have as a dungeon master. You can draw from iconic villains like Darth Vader or Sauron, sure, but villains come in all shapes and sizes. All you need is an antagonist to counter the thrust of your players' stories. You can draw inspiration from any form of media, not just fantasy sci-fi sources. If you find an interesting character, villain, or protagonist in any medium, putting them at odds with your players is sure to provide an interesting story. The archetype is the flavor in that special sauce you're cooking with that'll make these villains iconic for your players. In this video, I'm going to provide you with a list of villain archetypes that you can use in your own games, but I'm also going to let you in on a little secret right now. A good villain isn't one note. A lot of the examples of villains I'm going to use fulfill the archetype, but they also may fall into another category. Mixing archetypes together can help you create villains the likes of which your players have never seen. We're also going to quickly build example villains using the rival system from Xanathar's Guide to Everything. Essentially, we'll be giving these villains goals, assets, and plans. All things to ensure that the villains can both act and be acted upon in-game. Before we jump in, if you like the list and want to see more, consider subscribing. Maybe tell a friend. It really helps me grow the channel. Thanks. Let's get to the list. Number 1, the Propagandist. This villain uses public perception against the party. They come at odds with the party due to conflicting desires for a population. An example of this archetype is Governor John Ratcliffe from Pocahontas. Our example propagandist is John Booth, the Iron Tooth. A kobold tribe has begun using a mountain town's mining tunnels for homes. The party might wish to find a non-violent solution to this problem, but John Booth wants the situation resolved violently. Goals. Jean wants the mines cleared, but the party won't allow it to happen. Assets. Jean has a small fortune from when the mines were running. Plans. Jean will spend this cash on posters depicting evil kobolds and bards to sing of the horrors they bring. He may even include the party in his slander if they oppose him. Number 2, the Architect, TM. This little bastard is responsible for all the traps and tricks found in a series of dungeons your players find. His sigil is placed on all of them, rarely seen by those who fall prey to his dastardly designs. An example for this archetype is Maximilian from the game Evil Genius. Our example architect is Cygnius the Tinkerer, TM. A player who falls into one too many pitfalls over spikes with the sigil made by Cygnius the Tinkerer, TM, they'll probably want to find him and teach him a lesson. Goals. Cygnius has been hired by a local noble who has no idea what he's gotten himself into to protect a treasure room with traps. This treasure room holds one of the campaign's main plot coupons. Assets. Cygnius is a mad genius with traps and has a team of PTSD-stricken builders under his command. Plans. Cygnius wants to turn this treasure room into his magnum opus. He will turn himself into the room's final guardian. It'll take all your players' luck and cunning to reach him, and all their power to defeat him. Number 3, the Prince Charming. This is someone the party met early on in the adventure and seemed cool, but is using the party to gain power. Bonus points if the party rescues an unfortunate princess for him to marry for political gain. Examples of this archetype include Hans from Frozen and Cinderella's prince from Into the Woods. Our Prince Charming is Duke Carmelo de Longshanks. Carmelo befriends the party, seeing them as powerful allies, but has eyes for the princess and heir to the realm that they are tasked with defending. Goals. Carmelo wants to marry the princess and gain political power at any cost. Assets. Carmelo has the power of a duke, including court influence, money, and a sizable force of soldiers. Plans. Carmelo will take or create any opportunity to protect the princess while the party is off on an adventure, and most likely attempt to betroth himself to her while they're gone. Number 4, the Archbishop. The leader of a church or cult can be a difficult villain to defeat, as they often hold sway among the people. They come into conflict with the party when the party commits itself to an action that threatens the church's sway over the people. Like the propagandist, the Archbishop uses public opinion to defeat their foes, but the difference lies in the dark secret behind their faith. Examples of this archetype include the High Sparrow from Game of Thrones and Frollo from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Our Archbishop is Mother Mercy of the Austere Abbey. Mother Mercy runs the austere abbey with an iron fist, ensuring that everyone within the walls and in the nearby town lives lives just as ascetic. This makes life difficult for the party, as quests have low rewards, alcohol is outlawed, and blacksmiths don't carry weapons. Goals. Mother Mercy wants to maintain her influence over her territory by enforcing her dogmatic lifestyle on the general populace. Assets. Mother Mercy has the power of her influence as well as a team of trained warrior nuns at her disposal, who she allows excesses not permitted to any others. Plans. She will declare that the party, or a member of the party, is a deviant to the church and is hereby excommunicated. The twist to defeating her is in revealing her own hidden decadence. Number 5. The Caped Crusader. This misguided youth has been given access to his parents' exceptionally large fortune and used it to purchase magic items for themselves to turn themselves into a veritable killing machine. They go around meting out justice to criminals with incredible, disproportionate violence and have been giving the town guard a massive headache. An example of this archetype is Buddy from The Incredibles. Our Caped Crusader is Hero the Halfling. Hero is actually Bertrand Bubbletup, heir to the Bubbletup fortune, which was grown through their family's honeybee farms and meaderies. Goals. Hero wants to be known for their deeds, not for their family name. To this end, they will fight crime wherever they see it. Assets. Their fortune nets them an impressive array of magic items, making them a force to be reckoned with. Plans. They intend to take down a big crime boss that is way out of their league. The party needs to deal with this crime boss to achieve their ends, so having this annoying halfling crash the party could be a big problem. Number 6. The Pursuer. This threat is an unstoppable force chasing the party wherever they go. Whether fast or slow, they do not stop until they meet the party in battle, and even then, they keep pursuing. Examples of this archetype include It from It Follows and both Zuko and Azula from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Our Pursuer is Remy Revenant. Remy is tied to the cleric's tragic backstory and will follow them until one of them is dead. Their goals are to kill that cleric. Their assets are a body that never tires and an insatiable need for blood. And their plans? Remy's just going to keep walking until he finds that cleric. But as the DM, you're going to make that happen at the worst possible time. Number 7. The Mutant. This is someone who was once a stalwart ally of the party and has now been cursed to live as a monster. They could be a lycanthrope for a part-time monster or a full-on miserable creature. Ensure that the curse is ironic to who they were before. An example of this archetype is Norman Osborn from Spider-Man. Our mutant is Kara Wolf. Her curse, she's a vampire. No, I'm just kidding. She's a werewolf. You know what? No, that's too obvious. She's a vampire again. Her goals. Kare is a scientist who has been helping the party identify their monster foes, but after some research gone wrong, she contracted vampirism. She desperately wants to hide this fact from everyone, including the party. Assets. She has her monster laboratory and her knowledge of beasts to help her conceal and misdirect any investigators into her victims. If she attacks a villager, she can make it look like they got savaged by a manticore. Plans. She can't hide forever. Sooner or later, this double life will break her mind and she will become evil. It's up to the party to help her before that happens or stop her when it does. Lightning round! Since you stuck around, I'll toss in 3 more quick archetypes for you. Number 8. The Corporate Shill. They represent a faceless conglomerate whose presence in an area is beating down the populace worse than a dragon, but they're doing it all perfectly legally. Number 9. The Monkey's Paw. This villain is a malevolent djinn who will grant the players a wish. This djinn doesn't play fair and will deliberately misinterpret any wish made using his power. Defeating him may be the only way to escape his Twilight Zone realm of wishes. Number 10. The Unstable. Developing magical powers suddenly can be a frightening experience. This villain runs away, leaving an accidental path of destruction in their wake. And that's it. 10 unique villain archetypes that you can use in your game. I highly recommend mixing and matching to create something truly special. If you liked this video, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share with your gaming group. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Ben DeHart. And remember, keep your friends close and your villains closer. See you.